Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a Trumpet for My People. Today is May 16th, 2022, and I have seen something here I want to share with you guys, and this has to do with Israel's date of birth on the Torah calendar in 1948. And I want to compare that day to where it would line up in 2022. In 1948, the Torah calendar shows Israel's birth May 14th, which was the day, 2 days before Pentecost. Okay, 2 days before Pentecost, May 14th, Sivan 4, and there is a very interesting day here, which is the seventh Sabbath in the Omer count leading up to Pentecost. The seventh Sabbath is called Naso, which means to take. Now, if we were to line up from 1948 to 2022 and go 1 day before the seventh Sabbath, 1 day before Naso in 2022, I have 3 X's showing Israel's birthday in 1948, May 14th, 1948, and then I have 3 X's marking the corresponding day on the Torah calendar in 2022, the day before Naso. Okay, the day before the seventh Sabbath. This is when Israel was born, the day before the seventh Sabbath. So this year, the day before the seventh Sabbath would correspond to the 74th birthday of Israel. The day before Naso. Okay. Now, so if we read together on the bottom, just to go over this one more time, in 1948, according to the Torah calendar, Israel was born on Sivan 4, 2 days before Pentecost. This was 1 day before the seventh Sabbath, called Naso, which means take. In 2022, 1 day before Naso, or take, is June 2nd. And June 2nd is the 153rd day of the year. Okay? So what we may be seeing then is we're leading up to this timing of Pentecost between June 4th, June 5th, and June 6th. That may end up being the time for the arrival and the manifestation of the Antichrist and the change of dispensation and the beginning of the Great Tribulation. But what we have then is a sign, Naso, which means to take. Okay? Take. Snatch. Take. Okay? And this is just before Pentecost. And this is exactly where Israel's rebirth would lie, the day before Naso. So, whether we're looking at June 2nd going into June 3rd, okay, June 2nd is the 153rd day of the year. Okay? And I've been trying to look at this whole timeline from June 4th, June 5th, June 6th, and I saw that June 2nd, okay, I saw that June 2nd, I was looking up to see if June 6th, June 5th, or June 4th was the 153rd day of the year. But it turns out that June 2nd is the 153rd day of the year. And I remember what Ken Potter shared on his channel about Israel's rebirth just before Pentecost. And so I wanted to take a look at how this would line up. Now I see something interesting, not exactly on the same day in Sivan, because in 1948 it shows their rebirth was Sivan 4. Okay? But what I see is that what we end up having then, whether it's Sivan 4 going into Sivan 5, which is Naso, but it's not connected to the day of the year. Naso is not connected to the date of Sivan. It's connected to it the 7th Sabbath before Pentecost. The 7th Sabbath, okay, of the count leading to Pentecost, the 7th Sabbath. And so we have a connection either one day before or on the day of Naso, which means to take, connected to the 153rd day of the year. Okay, so what I am going to continue watching now is anywhere from June 2nd to June 6th. We've got this window, this amazing window, and now this opens up a little more opportunity just before what could be the arrival of the Antichrist on June 6th, which is 666, June 6th, 2022, 666. Is that the day for the arrival of the Antichrist? So I just wanted to get this piece of information out to you guys, and for anybody who wants to continue studying, and if you're seeing anything new or anything else corresponding to this time frame, please continue to share with me through email or through comments here underneath my videos. My email is fletchdoctor222@yahoo.com. Please feel free to message me any type of information or comments you may have. I pray you guys are blessed. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.
The gospel. God sends his Son into the world, the God-man, really man, really God, really human, really divine, lives a perfect life, fulfills the whole law, dies in the place of sinners intentionally, absorbs all the wrath of God against those who believe in him, takes away all their guilt, forgives all their sins, rises from the dead triumphant over death and hell and Satan, sins, rules with power from on high, will come again, give eternal life, raise from the dead all those who trusted in him. There is no better news